All right, let's run through it. Hey, what's up, man?
What's good though?
Dude, I haven't seen you in like a fat minute.
Yeah, like literally.
It was a fat minute, an obese minute. Ooh, that's a cool rapper name too. The Obese Minute. Anyhow, today we're talking about something I'm excited to talk about. Is how we're essentially selling air. Nothing. We're selling vibrations in the air.
Vibes. We're selling vibes.
That's so weird. That's crazy. So the episode is about how musicians turn sound into gold. You talk about the most just the most crazy like thing turning into gold. Sound.
Okay.
Let's start off with some fun facts about sound.
Let's do that.
Okay. Fact number 1. Sound travels at 343 meters per second.
How many miles per
Far.
hour is that?
A lot. It's like 900, I think. Far slower than light, creating unique spatial experiences in music.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Harmonics and overtones are what make each instrument and voice unique, allowing artists to shape sound into a distinct musical signature.
Okay.
Psychology of sound. Oh, I didn't mean to read the title. That kind of just killed the flow of this, but that's okay.
Cut that off. Yeah.
We ain't cutting nothing off. Okay, we're growing dreadlocks here. You understand? Different frequencies can affect mood. Low frequencies calm us, while higher frequencies can create excitement. That was the dumbest fact I've ever heard in my life. You know what's dumb? You know what's dumb?
What?
People will like play a song. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be really, really wrong here, dude. And this could be the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life. But I think this is dumb. People like the crystal people on Instagram will like play a song and say, this song is rooted in 333 hertz. To experience contrastical dynamics of your emotion and collect money. And I'm like, what are you talking about? There's every hertz is in the dang song.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
It is the dumbest thing.
If it was in,
no, but it'd
be like,
they're saying it's the tuning. It's the tuning being based on that.
The tuning being based on that.
Yeah. So right now, most instruments are tuned to 440, which is A on the piano. Right. So they're saying, okay, instead of so if you play Mary Had a Little Lamb on the piano, right?
Yeah.
You're taking the center point A and tuning everything down a little bit to where like we're not in A, we're not even in A flat. We're in 300 and whatever. You know what I mean? Now you play Mary Had a Little Lamb, it's gonna sound different, and it's gonna feel different than when it's at the 440 that we all know and love.
That's stupid. So the root note is 333 hertz.
Yeah,
but it's not. Like I guess you could say like
No, the root note is not 330 whatever.
Right, but
it's a reference point for shifting it.
And maybe the like synths. Like you could have a sine wave at that frequency and then like it have like its harmonics. But still, it doesn't. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's not realistic. And then you factor in all the drums, all the vocals, everything mashed together.
The physics behind it, the science or whatever behind it is actually accurate. The results from it is very questionable.
Yeah.
That's you know what I mean? Because you can actually tune an instrument. Like you ever heard of like you played saxophone, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys tune to? Is it a concert or something? What is it?
I have no idea. I've never tuned a saxophone.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, not. It's more.
I've never even had a saxophone tuned.
What's it called? More like your brass instruments, or like your trumpet, trombone, whatever.
Yeah.
You heard about a concert, right? If they play Maybe Had a Little Lamb on the sheet music, it's going to be a different key than if I played on the piano. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're using a different frequency as their center point. When I hear certain songs in certain keys, they feel different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree
Yeah,
with that.
but the whole idea, this is where I agree with you, that you just take any song that we all know and move it to whatever that frequency is, and now all of a sudden this is God frequency that's doing this. I think that's hogwash.
Yeah.
I personally don't.
And I guarantee you, in 99% of those songs, 50 hertz is a lot more present than 333. There's every hertz from 20 to 20 has information in it.
Yeah.
If you just played the sine wave, then I could get it.
You're looking at it wrong. It's kind of like saying, oh, a song's in the key of C. It's in the key of C. It's not. We're not saying that every note in the song is C.
But the thing is, there's so many more factors. Like if you've got, I could see you could say the synths are in the key of 333 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
But when you factor in all the drums and stuff, like you completely just throw that out of the tape. I just don't get it. But the people doing it, the people like saying this song is 333 hertz. It'll unlock this door for you.
This chakra.
They're the last person that knows anything about the logistics of sound and the like.
Yeah, that's nice.
Spectrum, frequency spectrum.
Yeah. People just hear stuff and believe it, or like, I don't want to get into this because I feel like I don't want to bash anybody's religious beliefs. But I'm just gonna just kind of like mention that some people, who are like into crystals, for instance, feel like keeping certain crystals around you, they emanate certain frequencies that are healing or this or the other. I struggle with that personally.
Oh yeah.
To me, I kind of like in my mind, in my freedom of speech mind, right? I kind of put a lot of that in the same category, like whether it's crystals or whether it's tuning to 365. I don't know what it is. That's how many days there are in a year, but whatever. You know what I mean?
You're on that Mayan tune,
right?
Yeah. No, I don't. Obviously nobody has, if it's like all those different situations with like the crystals and the sound frequencies and stuff, if they were as powerful as people lead them on to be, people who do that stuff would be superior than everyone else because no one else, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like from the outside looking in, they have no advantage.
Yeah.
As far as we can see, you don't know what's going on inside their, mental, emotional situation. But, rocks are cool. Like I would definitely, if I found a cool rock, it would improve my mood. I would 100% be happier with it. If I found a cool looking rock.
There's this comedian that loves rocks. I can't remember his name. He has dreads. He's a relatively new comedian, and he has this whole thing about rocks. He keeps a rock in his pocket. It's funny. I'm gonna.
I think I've seen that, and he like has like. There's a guy that kept a rock, and he's like worn it down from rubbing it.
Really?
He fidgets with it.
Oh man,
dude, rock hunting is fun. Like really fun. One time I went digging for diamonds in a mine.
You went digging for diamonds?
I didn't find anything. But like they had pictures, like at Pluckers, if you do the hot wing challenge, they put your picture on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
They put all the pictures of people who had found diamonds, and like this little girl found like a diamond, a humongous diamond.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like winning the lottery. I got a music fact for you.
What?
Do you know that waveforms that you see in your DAW, whenever it goes up, that's when your speaker comes out, and when it goes down, your speaker's going in?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's how fast it's going?
That's what creates sound. It's that vibration. The electrical pulse pushes the speaker forward.
I can't comprehend.
I can't either.
How that happens.
I almost don't believe it. Like, that's how much I can't comprehend it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, like, your voice singing C and my voice singing C would push and pull on that speaker differently because of those harmonics that you were talking about.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I'm like, who sat there and like, you know what? I'm going to take this little cone thing here.
And it uses magnets, right?
And I'm gonna use I'm gonna figure out a way to make it vibrate in such a way that it sounds exactly like
they're electromagnets.
That's crazy.
Electronic magnets, right?
Huh?
It's magnets that make it.
Is it the magnets? I don't even know. We're getting into electrical engineering now. You know, my wife's an electrical engineer.
Really?
Have I told you a story about how she walked in the room one time?
You told me on the podcast.
On the podcast? Okay.
Yeah.
But
go back and watch it.
Yeah, go back and watch it. I can't remember what episode, but yeah.
One of the last 21.
Yeah, one of the last, yeah.
Oh, there you go. James.
Was it the James episode? Okay.
The We Convinced a Pessimistic Producer. Continue.
Yeah, but just the whole vibration and electricity and the way it all works together and magnets and how somehow magnets are the polar opposite of electricity and all this electromagnetism and all that stuff. It's kind of
crazy.
Yeah, but
and
somehow we just go the Sweetwater and just buy the speakers.
Yeah, I'll stick to that.
Yeah,
It makes me
me
realize
too.
how little we know about what the heck.
And you know
we're
what? I
doing.
love that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people who really have a deep understanding of it, they don't care about music as much because they're like, that's just magnets moving around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I really started like learning music theory, I felt like it took some of the magic away from music for me.
Oh, really? You felt kind of like stuck to the law?
No. I just felt like, oh yeah, I get it. I understand why that's doing that. I understand why that's evoking that emotion out of me. You know what I mean? When you play a seventh chord,
I got you.
Or
That's
you play like,
that's just
and then you add a ninth. Okay, that sounds soulful.
And
You know
it's
what I
kind of
mean?
a curse. Like, honestly, listening to music, I can't help but constantly be thinking about how it was done. And that's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not always. But
Okay, so why is selling music unique, my guy?
There's no other industry where it's infinite. The resource is infinitely available. Infinitely. Okay, maybe not because the universe will probably not exist. No, it will always exist. Let me correct myself. But it's everywhere. Because me and Jeff were talking about for the sample pack, I wanted to do like 300 to 500 melodies and like 300 to 500 percussion.
Photography.
loops.
That's infinitely available.
But you're not like crafting, you're capturing something that is there.
You can make something.
We manipulate sound waves to create something that never existed. If I take a picture of something, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
If
dude.
I take
You're just
a
arguing.
camera and I put it like right here through the little thing, like you look, that's manipulation right there.
I guess, but like that's nowhere near as exciting.
I just feel like disagree with you, but go ahead.
I know that's nowhere near as exciting as manipulating air moving back and forth to force somebody to feel an emotion. We're like hypnotists. That's cool. But it's just free. It's completely free.
Is it? Because I had to pay for these speakers. You have to pay for those barefoots.
I'm just talking, I know, but I'm talking about just the sound that's out there. Oh, back to what I was saying about the sample pack is Jeff was supposed to make percussion loops. And he's like, so what should I do? I was like, the way you can, not get bored of it and have success is like think as creative as possible. Like just constantly be looking around for something to like tap and use that nice Rode microphone that he has for his camera to capture and like use things like that. Like drop some coins in a bowl of water, like weird things like that. Like there's just free sound everywhere.
Can I tell you something about those type of things?
What?
Like, run around and like slamming doors to make snares and all that stuff. It doesn't interest me whatsoever.
Really?
Because at the end of the day, you're going to manipulate it to the point where you add saturation and you do this and you do that and you add a,
yeah, but that's all part of that. That's what you do already in your DAW. You're just not up moving around.
I would rather just use a snare that somebody already recorded, dude.
I got you, but with the purpose of making a sample pack. I'm not talking about. I've never once been making a song and be like, oh shoot, let me go tap the window. This would sound good in there.
And this is coming from somebody who's like, I have stuff that's published, and it was, you know about this. Like, I've talked about it on the podcast before too, where I had to use cans to make a Dr. Pepper commercial.
Yeah.
Right? And to me, that's very niche. Right?
Yeah.
But there's this dude on Instagram, he floods my timeline. And like you'll see him like do a bunch of that stuff. Like he'll drop coins or he'll scare his mom and turn that into like a snare. Like,
hear me out though. You're just thinking in like just doing it to do it. If you had to make a percussion loop pack, wouldn't you want to do it in a creative way and like create this cohesive piece of art?
If I wanted to make a percussion loop pack, you know what I would do? I would grab my LP cowbell over there. I'll borrow a snare from you. Maybe put a couple moon gels on it.
No snare.
I'll borrow a snare from Jeff.
Why would I have a snare?
And put some moon gels on there or some other funny. I'll grab my talking drum. I have 3 talking drums from West Africa. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just play that.
I got you, but that's what we're talking about. You're just looking around and finding things to make sounds with.
But I'm not going to go to my car and be like, slam the door. Push. All right, that's my snare. Push. That's lame to me. To me, I don't like it.
I mean, I don't do it. I'm just saying we need to make a percussion pack, and it'd be a lot more fun to do that than sit and splice and just that shaker and this rim shot.
I'd rather sit and splice all day, and then bring it in and use one of my plugins that I got from Arturia for $49 for all of their effects plugins, and maybe add some saturation to it to make it like do what I wanted to do for that particular pack. Yeah.
Almost viable.
Or run it through the 542 tapes and just make it go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you know whale calls are frequencies? Wait a second. Sound underwater. Oh no.
It's called sonar.
Oh no. If sound is moving air, is it moving water?
Yeah.
When you hear underwater?
Have you seen like a subwoofer like around water? It goes, you see it like.
I was talking about like me and my friend were in the pool one time, and it was a long, like really long pool, like probably 40 yards long. And we're at like each end clapping under the water, and we could hear it. Like,
oh, you could?
Yeah, completely could hear it. We're both underwater.
Yeah, it's pressure.
That's crazy. It's like, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get underwater microphones.
If you go in the water and somebody like hits you or whatever, it sounds like a muffled thud, right? That's vibration.
Yeah. It's just crazy. It's moving water at that point. You want to know a cool fact?
What?
Sound was first recorded in the 19th century, meaning the ability to capture and sell sound is still relatively new. Don't start. I already know where you're going, and I agree with you. Yeah, you could sit down, play the piano, get some money, put in the hat. All right? Put in the hat. Put the money in the hat. Put it in. Keep putting it. We need to put a hat right here. So Jeff, walk up and put some money in there. Yeah. I guess the closest industry to like the sound industry would be like the air industry.
Yeah, but the sound industry, the fact you just talked about the 19th century, you're talking about recording, not necessarily manipulating sound, right?
Yeah, captured sound.
Yeah. Yeah, because music has been made for literally thousands of years now.
Yeah. It's just getting so like social media is making everybody's got to be perfect and sell something perfect, but the beauty in music is the imperfections and the fact that no matter what you make, it's just your combination of sound waves. And your little piece of artwork.
So, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like the fact that sound is infinitely available makes music cheaper? Does it make it more expensive? And why does it matter if it's infinitely available?
It matters because like it should be infinitely available to convert into like a lifestyle.
Okay, so it is.
Right? But it's like it makes it technically cheaper, I guess you could say. But at the same time, like you're selling your years and your experience and your ability to craft sound waves to sound a certain way. I don't know if that was the answer to your question.
I mean, if I would ask the question, I think that it being infinitely available, there's no consequence to that or benefit of that. I think that your unique ability to manipulate it, or my unique ability to manipulate it, is what gives it value.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I think that's what makes music so special in a way, is because we get to hear all the time. Like, if we got super quiet right now, I could hear the hard drives humming over there. You know, I could hear the light humming a little bit and the refrigerator over there humming a little bit. I can hear all that, right? But the moment this music gets filled with this music gets filled with room. This room gets filled with music. It's like, wow, it becomes a magical space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a restaurant or
No.
a place where they're playing music and you're having a good time, you're eating, you've even done your food, but we're just hanging out talking, and then the music just stops. And he's all
awkward.
This sudden urge to be like, I guess it's time to go home.
Yeah.
Or leave. Or even if it's not time to close, maybe the DJ messed up something. You just feel like, yeah, I want to leave now. You know what I'm saying?
You know a pet peeve of mine?
What?
When people, like, when there's, like, no music, right? People take a bite of food, and it's really good. And they start, like...
Yeah. Yeah.
That really bothers me. I'm like,
really?
What are you doing?
That's endorphins right there. That's chemicals swimming around somebody's
I go like this.
brain.
I go whenever
this is good.
Whenever I take a bite of food and it's good, I go, oh. I eat it. That's how I express my emotion for it. I inhale it. I don't start dancing like a dweeb.
Exactly what he did when he had cow intestines.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Nastiest thing ever.
I've never seen Jackson ever in my life look so bothered by something that was going on in human existence. He had cow intestines, people, and he did not like it at all.
It wasn't even that I didn't like the flavor. It's the fact that I went and couldn't bite through it. And I was like, that's disgusting. It's like I put a freaking like
horror movie
rubber
thing in your
socket in my mouth. A gasket is what it was like.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
All right, what are some other invisible industries? So you said that it's an infinite resource. Sound is, right? I still struggle with it, calling it a resource. Because how do you call air? I mean, air is a resource because you have to breathe it in to live. Water is a resource because you got to drink it to live, right? I don't need sound to live.
Sound is like the light. Is there a light industry? There is. But
yeah, photography.
Yeah.
I don't need sound to live. I don't need light to live either. Look, see? I can do this for 24 hours.
Yeah, it's still a
if
resource.
I hold you don't need breath for 24 hours. That's it.
You don't need titanium to live, but it's still a resource.
Ah, dang it. You're right.
It's just a thing. It's just something you can turn into a product and sell. And you need money.
Yeah, but there's got to be a way to differentiate it, because with titanium you got to go and like get it and dig for it and stuff. Air is just right there. Water is basically just right there. Sound is right there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sound doesn't exist until something vibrates.
Yeah. There's no sound in space.
Apparently that's a myth.
What the heck? Well, then what is it
No,
vibrating?
sorry. You're right. What's a myth that I just read recently is that people say space is cold. Apparently it's not cold.
Then what it is?
It's just Hollywood has made us think that. It's just...
Wait, but if you go to Mars, it's definitely colder than Earth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like if you step on a cold tile, the feeling of cold is not the cold happening to you. It's the heat leaving your body going into the
tile.
Cold, like making up for the lack of.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad we agree on that.
We agree on most things, dude. Relax.
Do we?
Do we? We do.
Sometimes.
Right. It's just whenever anything smart is being said, I'm usually the one saying it, so. No, we're 50-50 on that. No, we're not. But so we're talking about the myth. What was it? What were we talking about just now?
That was fire, what you just did there.
What?
Just whatever that was fire. Just that.
Yeah, water is naturally free but gains value through purification, modeling, and distribution. Music is crafted, purified, and distributed to audiences.
Yeah.
So, bottled water. I still think Aquafina is the worst tasting bottled water there is.
Really?
It tastes like garbage to me. It tastes like tap water. It tastes like what I imagine tap water should taste like. But then Fiji, oh my God, I can
tear some of that up.
Bro, I can tear some Fiji up. I can tear some Fiji up. So, and then what's water fountain? So give me a parallel. So what's water fountain music for you?
Water fountain music, nature, birds and whales.
Okay. What is like grocery bottled water? Grocery store bottled water.
Grocery store bottled water. Splice.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Splice? No, but it's already packaged ready to go. Splice isn't packaged ready to go.
Yeah, it is. They already got it on their website. It's already on the shelf.
But you can just drink it. You can't just drink Splice.
Yeah.
No. You still have to like... No. Splice is, those big old things you got to put on the water dispenser?
Yeah.
That's Splice.
This is hurting my brain. This comparison.
Bottled water is mumble rap. Grocery store bottled water is mumble rap.
I'm having a hard time having a hard time understanding the parallels here. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Essentially,
saying? Fiji water is Michael Jackson, bro.
Yeah. Essentially, we just wanted to do this episode to share with you.
Ah, dang. It'd be better if it was purple water. What's water from?
I'm done with this part of the conversation.
I'm just trying to piss you off. Yeah.
That was cool.
All right.
Vibe out.
Vibe out. All the way out.